Well, I've come a little further up the road, and right over here on the left side as you're driving in, there's a little bit of a wet branch. But actually what it is, it's an island. And this all belonged to the old Elijah Whaley. He's my like fourth great uncle. There's actually a home place over in that island. A lot of people may have noticed it when they drive by, especially since the park's mowed it down this time of year, for kind of easy to see. In the old days it was kind of a mystery, but you can kind of see a path right through here, and the walking maybe get camera focus better. I'm fogging up on it, got a little bit of rain going on. But anyway, right up in there, about a quarter mile is the old Elijah Whaley Cemetery. It's pretty much straight up the hill for about 200 yards. And over there is a really nice pond, because the road actually goes across don't realize it when you're driving it, the road goes across a big old rock right there about the size of the house. And a real pretty reflective pond right down to the left of it. So I just walked over the big rock I just talked about driving over, my reflective pool of water is down in there. But just for everybody who's kin to the old Elijah Whaley, right back in the woods, right there, the flat spot, chimneys down, that's where Elijah Whaley lived. And of course, like I said, Elijah Whaley Cemetery is up the hill right there, and that's where he's buried. And Elijah's one of the oldest sons of the old original William Whaley, all the way to Greenbrier. The island still continues here, and it kind of merges into one big field up here. And right there to the left is where the old road used to go across the field. And I'll take a picture from the car here in a minute. You can tell it's starting to rain pretty hard. But that's where the road went across the river into Partontown, or Dolly's great-great-grandpa lived. So I've come up the road a little ways further just to show you the old road. You can kind of see it going right through there. And going across the field, going over toward Partontown. And if you're kin to Thomas Whaley or Haynes Whaley or Sandridge Whaley, you're in the lands where these boys were on this side of the river, all the way up through here. And we're about a quarter mile below the bathrooms and picnic area. So as you can tell, there's a lot of woods back here. Most people don't think about it as they're driving into the briar. And of course, this is all known as Tater Ridge, because company from Michigan came there and talked to all the folks and planting potatoes, and they planted potatoes on this ridge and became known as Tater Ridge. Over here where the two waters come together, right here in the heart of Greenbrier, the left prong, some people call it Ramsey Prong, right prong, which is naturally Porter's Creek. This used to be all terraced off. Had cornfields and apple trees up through there. We're pretty much walking out to the middle of where a house used to sit. Of course, this is Mayflower Ridge Trail begins here, and right up in there is where the Friendship Church sit. There's a little trail up there because the old road used to come up the bank through there. Went behind the church, between the cemetery, wound up Big Laura. And then it crossed down the hill behind the pavilion. In those days, it misted all this flood area. You had the Messer cabin up there on Porter's Creek, where the Messer family actually moved down and had a house set right here, because they were running the store at that time. That's set right here. And that's the post office too, of course. Here's the main bridge today where you turn to go toward Ramsey Cascade. Got a picture of my aunt leaning up right there on an old sign from the old days, back from the late 50s, early 60s. I'll post that picture. In the old days, they used to ford the river right here. They used to be this bridge didn't exist. And right there, there used to be a swinging bridge over to the island, on over to here. And right there is where the Mount LeCon Hotel set. Right there is where the maintenance building set. Always pretty in Greenbrier. They've done all this new maintenance work to try to prevent this road from flooding out. I've seen grooves in there 6-7 feet deep before. I think it was after Hurricane Ivan came across the mountain, dumped so much rain. This little spot right there was where the first ranger house sat. This little log cabin is part of the old Joe King place. Later, a doctor, the CCC doctor, lived there. Right back up in there used to be a blacksmith shop. And when the church set up here on the hill, they used to have a rope and pulley going down to the pool of water, and it pulled a bucket of water up. There's a foot washing church. The old church in those days gets into that. Let's take a walk a little further and we'll finish up part 1 of my visual tour of Big Greenbrier. You know, you come across the bridge, there's a path to your right here, and an old rusted gate, and that's the road it goes up to the cemetery, and I think I'll do a section on that too. But the hotel sit right here. Of course, it was built by Whaley and others. And Kimsey House sit down below the bathrooms. The field just left to the picnic tables, and like I say, the old road was kind of on the edge right there, coming around the water. And before the hotel was built, the store used to sit over here, the Whaley store. And out there about before you get to the second bridge, and before you get to Settlers Trail, there used to be a swinging bridge across the river right there, and there was a tub mill over to the right, and John Whaley's house sit up in that little flat spot right up in there. And Kings owned some of this land later on. And there's still a little bit of trash back in there. But you can see the part of where the old stove was. There's actually a road up on the bank there behind the hotel that went around in those days. And that's pretty easy to find. There's part of another old car up in the woods up yonder too, not much of it. Ain't like a whole lot. Let's go on up the road. I think I'm going to talk about the cemetery.